What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we're discussing the very first chapter of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Yes, folks, it's officially here. Well, sort of here. It's not fully translated yet, but I do have the summary. But the second the fully translated first chapter is out, I will tweet it, so make sure you follow me on Twitter at Rhymestyle and keep an eye on when I post about that, because that's going to be coming up very, very soon. But for the rest of this video, we're going to be discussing the summary of what happens in the first chapter, so if you don't care about spoilers, keep watching. If you do, then that's just you mute this video or leave or, I don't know, do something else, and then come back here later after you read the first chapter. But basically, I'm going to break down everything that happens in the first chapter and then give you my thoughts and overall how I feel about it. So, Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super starts at the end of the Kid Buu fight, shortly after. And we see Goku is now a farmer thanks to Chi-Chi doing what she does best and her attempts to ruin another character. She makes Goku get a job, and I don't know why he decides to be a farmer, but he becomes a farmer. And we see the chapter open up with him farming, and then he actually starts training because it's Goku. Of course, he's not going to go a day without training. And we see him training mentally by fighting Frieza inside his head. He fights Cell. He starts fighting Kid Buu, and then he gets interrupted by Goten. And then shortly after that, Hercule shows up with a large sum of money because, once again, like how it happened with Cell, Hercule became very rich and famous, more richer and more famous after the Kid Buu events because everybody thinks that he was the one who defeated Buu, which is, I mean, I see how that one's possible as a thing because he was kind of talking to everybody when it was happening. But he shows up to give Goku a large sum of money because obviously Goku did the work and he wanted to make sure he gets compensated for it, which is a good guy Hercule moment. Then, the interesting thing, and that's basically how it opens, but the interesting thing is shortly after that, the next panel goes to Beerus and Whis, who aren't supposed to be in the series yet. If you remember, Battle of Gods takes place 5 years after the events of Kid Buu, but this is like really shortly after the events of Kid Buu, like a couple days, couple weeks, I don't know, it's like very, very soon after. And, Toriyama, doing what he does best every now and then, has introduced a huge plot hole. Either he introduced a huge plot hole, or he's decided to completely write Battle of Gods out, because Battle of Gods was supposed to be a canon movie. And basically what happens is we get Beerus and Whis introduced in the series right away, and we see them on a planet and they're receiving a food offering. And then Beerus tells them, hey, if the food is good, I'll spare you. If the food is bad, I'll blow up your world. Well, the idiots on that planet decide, you know what, we're going to go ahead and try to poison the god Destruction, and of course Beerus can't just be beaten by poison, so he does what he does best and he blows up the planet. But the interesting thing is one of the foods that he receives sounds like Super Saiyan. I actually don't remember the actual word, but it sounds like Super Saiyan. And when he hears the food, he gets a spark inside his mind thinking it's Super Saiyan. That sounds very familiar. So they blow up the planet, and then he tells Whis, let's go back to the home planet so they can think about what this Super Saiyan word is and why it, you know, is sparking his memory for something. So it looks like, and that's where the chapter ends. Well, it ends with Supreme Kai and Elder Kai, you know, talking the same way they did when, you know, at the beginning of Battle of Gods when they're like, oh god, Beerus is awake. Now, what it sounds like is Toriyama is taking the Battle of Gods movie and he's turning it into an anime, which I'm kind of hoping he does, because it'd be a good way to introduce Beerus and Whis in a anime format, and then it'll give us more action and development in, you know, Beerus' character, Whis' character, and of course Goku, who will probably go Super Saiyan God with the red hair in this anime. So I'm actually hoping that happens. So it looks like he basically took Yosan Goku Friends Returns and the Battle of Gods story and kind of crafted it into the beginning of what Dragon Ball Super is. It's pretty exciting stuff. Then again, it's also kind of annoying because Battle of Gods was supposed to be a canon movie. It was the first canon movie introduced by you know, the Dragon Ball Z world, and now it's getting written out or rewritten or something. I have no idea. So yeah, that's basically what happened. The chapter ends, and that's pretty much it. Now we have to wait for the next chapter, and of course the first episode will air on July 5th, and hopefully it's going to give us more insight of what's going on. But that's basically it. That's how Dragon Ball Super begins. It's basically, like I said, Yosan Goku Friends Returns and Battle Gods in one episode, crafting into an anime format. So, yeah. Anyways, my voice is kind of dying this morning. Don't mind me. But let me know your thoughts. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to get more of a Battle of Gods style story to Dragon Ball Super, or is Toriyama going to surprise us with something very, very different? Like, let me know your overall thoughts of what you are expecting, how you feel in the comment section below. And of course, if you're still hyped for Dragon Ball Super, don't forget to leave a like rating below. And if you follow me on Twitter at Rhymestyle, I will tweet the second the full translated Dragon Ball Super first chapter is out. Because as of right now, you can only read a summary online, but the actual translations don't exist. If you look up the first chapter, it'll be all in a different language. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know your overall thoughts, you know, feelings, what you think is going to happen, and we'll just take it from there. As always, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I will see all you awesome super sandwiches in the comment section below. Peace.